Hi guys, what's up? How are you all doing? First of all, I'm making this video on laser hair reduction or what you call as laser hair removal, right? And this is because a few days back I posted one of my story and saying that I'm going for my laser session. And after that, a lot of you messaged me saying how my experience was and is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Is it value for money and all of that? So I just thought of coming down here and making a sit down story because I'm sure a lot of you are going to get some benefit out of it, right? And this is also a non-sponsored video, just wanted to make that clear. And the other thing is that if you're not interested in knowing anything about laser hair reduction, please skip this video because it's going to be a little long, right? Just skip my story for today. Now if I talk about where am I getting my laser sessions done from, so I have been switching between two clinics primarily. One is Sakia and the other one is Kaya. I think I've been going to Kaya from the past 6 years, and in between I went to Sakia, right? Now if I talk about my experience with Kaya and Sakia in particular, I think my experience with both of them has been great, but I would definitely choose Sakia over Kaya any day because I think Sakia gives you your session even at a deadline. For example, if you have a festive season just around the corner, or you just tell them at the last moment that I have to travel and I want to get my procedure done, then they will give you. But Kaya might not give you the session at a priority basis, so you have to let them know in advance. You have to book your session in advance. And the other thing is that in Sakia, I think the personal touch was a lot more better. Yeah, so whenever I had an issue, I could directly speak to my dermat in Sakia, whereas in Kaya, you can talk to her, but there's a certain sort of hierarchy that you got to follow, which I'm sure is for their professional purposes, but sometimes, it gets a little bothersome for the client, especially if they're not in the same town, they can't just directly come to the clinic, or they need something urgently, then it can become a little troublesome for them. Now, talking about my experience with laser hair removal, now I just wanted to clear this myth once for all that there's no such thing as laser hair removal. At least to my knowledge, there's nothing that can totally help you get rid of your hair completely. But yes, of course, your hair can be reduced, your hair growth can be reduced. So basically, a lot of people get into laser hair removal or reduction thinking that they will never have any hair growth. Well, that's not the case, so don't get confused. You will still have your growth, but it will be a lot more inconsistent. Now if I talk about whether it's worth the money or not worth the money, is it very expensive or whatever, so I think it's a very subjective topic, right? Because for some people it might be very expensive, but for some people it might be very cost effective. But if I want to recommend someone getting laser hair removal done, then I would definitely recommend it to those people who have some skin issue going on. If you already have some skin issue going on, you definitely don't want to make it worse by going for waxing or razor or shaving, because no matter what, however good or promising the company says it is, there is some downside of it. Whereas if I talk about laser, at least till now, if not for the better, I have definitely seen that it is not making my skin any worse, right? In fact, if I talk about my skin condition, now I have been battling with KP. Now when I say battle, it's a very big word, but otherwise KP is a very common skin issue, which I am sure a lot of people watching this video, some of you might even have KP and might not even know that it's KP. Now KP, if I talk a little bit about KP is also known as chicken skin or strawberry skin. This kind of condition, this KP, eventually fades out or spreads out once you start growing up. You will see that it is a lot more prominent as when you're a kid or when you're in your teenage, but as you grow up, like now for me it has 80% faded out, so you won't be able to tell whether it's KP or not. And since the time I have been getting laser done, it has actually made it a lot more better, because while I was getting waxing done or shaving or razor, anything like that, it was just aggravating it and making it worse. So yes, if you have an ongoing issue, a skin issue, then I would highly recommend, don't think twice, definitely go for laser. And other than that, you can definitely still think about it if you don't have any other issue. It can even help you with ingrown hair, by the way. It can help you with pigmentation, and even so yeah, if you have pigmentation, ingrown hair, KP, or any other skin condition going on, of course check with your dermat first. But if any of these that I've just listed, pigmentation, KP, and ingrown hair, then I'm definitely sure it can help you with that. And I'm sure a lot of you might be facing the issue of ingrown hair, because it's very, very common these days, and laser can actually help you to completely get rid of it. So it can give you that smooth, soft skin which we all desire. So yeah, So yeah, that's about it, and I hope this video helped. If I talk about the package or the budget and all of that, and I think for each brand it's different. For each clinic they have a different costing for it. But for me, I think my whole body except the bikini area, no, obviously not including my face also, it was for 65,000. So yeah, it was 65,000 for me from when I got it done from Kaya. So yeah guys, these were all the questions that were asked, and if you still have any more questions, you can definitely DM me.